There is something quietly tragic about being conscious, not alive, not intelligent, conscious. Because to be conscious is not just to exist, it is to know that you exist. And once you know that, you can never unknow it. Animals suffer, but they do not sit in their suffering and ask, "Why me?" They do not stare at the sky and wonder what it all means. They do not lie awake at night questioning their own thoughts. You do. And that changes everything. Consciousness is not simply awareness of the world. It is awareness of yourself inside the world. You see your fears. You observe your insecurities. You analyze your past. You simulate your future. You replay conversations that already ended. You imagine disasters that haven't happened. You question your purpose. And sometimes, you question whether there is one at all. This is the burden. Because once you become aware of yourself, you divide into two, the one who lives and the one who watches. You are both the actor and the audience, both the thinker and the thought. And when you can observe your own mind, you realize something uncomfortable. Your mind is not always your ally. It generates doubts. It fabricates worst-case scenarios. It compares you to others. It reminds you of failure. It predicts rejection. It magnifies embarrassment. A deer runs from danger. You relive danger that ended 10 years ago. That is the curse of consciousness. It gives you imagination, but imagination does not discriminate. It can create beauty, or it can create suffering out of thin air. You can picture success so vividly that it motivates you, or you can picture humiliation so clearly that it paralyzes you. The same ability, different direction. And then there is mortality. An animal avoids death. You contemplate it. You know you will die. You know everyone you love will die. You can sit in a quiet room and feel the weight of that knowledge. No predator required, just awareness. Consciousness allows you to experience awe, art, music, love, meaning. But it also forces you to confront uncertainty, isolation, insignificance, the vastness of the universe, and your smallness within it. You can zoom out mentally until your life feels microscopic and sometimes meaningless. That is not stupidity. That is advanced awareness. The more conscious you become, the more layers you perceive. You notice hypocrisy. You see social games. You recognize masks. You detect insincerity. You realize how much of society runs on illusion. And that realization can isolate you. Because not everyone wants to see it. Not everyone wants to question the script. Sometimes ignorance is socially rewarded, while awareness feels like exile. But here's the paradox. The same consciousness that causes suffering also creates freedom. Because if you can observe your fear, you are not completely controlled by it. If you can notice your thoughts, you are not identical to them. If you can step back and witness your anxiety, there is space between you and it. And in that space, there is choice. Consciousness hurts because it exposes reality, but it also empowers because it exposes illusion. The curse is not consciousness itself, it is unconscious awareness. Awareness without direction, awareness without discipline. When consciousness runs wild, it spirals. When consciousness is trained, it clarifies. You can use it to overthink your life, or to understand it. You can use it to magnify fear, or to dismantle it. The mind that creates suffering is the same mind that can transcend it. And perhaps that's the real challenge, not escaping consciousness, but mastering it. Because you cannot go back to not knowing. You cannot return to a simpler state. Once you have seen deeply, you will always see deeply. So the question is not, how do I turn this off? The question is, How do I carry it? How do you live fully while knowing you will die? How do you act confidently while aware of your flaws? How do you love while knowing loss is inevitable? That is the human condition. Consciousness is heavy, but it is also extraordinary. It allows you to reflect, to evolve, to choose differently tomorrow, to rewrite yourself. And maybe the curse was never consciousness. Maybe the curse is not understanding it. Because when you learn to direct awareness instead of being dragged by it, consciousness stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like power.